Good morning. We would like to extend a special welcome to President Malik, distinguished guests, professors, families, and class of 2019. We appreciate you being here with us today to celebrate this moment. There's a video on YouTube by Soul Pancake where a group of people were asked to participate in a social experiment. The researchers asked each participant separately to think of someone who has influenced their lives or to whom they were grateful. Each subject was asked to write down as much as they could about how and why that person had influenced them. What they did not know is that they would be calling those people to read them what they wrote. The purpose of this activity was to openly express love and thankfulness to the people who have impacted their lives or who have helped them become the people they are today. The results showed that when we communicate our feelings of appreciation, our overall level of happiness increases. The least happy person who participated showed the greatest increase in happiness after reading the thank you letter. I know many of you are probably wondering what was the purpose of us telling you this story. Take a look around you. Realize where you are. You're at your college graduation. For some, this is your second degree. For others, you're a first-generation graduate. No matter which category you fall under, that is something to be proud of. Now think of all those who helped you arrive to this very moment. I'm sure the first people to come to mind are your parents, siblings, grandparents, and other family members. The list of people who have contributed to our victories is endless. In addition to this list, did you remember to thank yourself? To answer your question, we told you this story to encourage you to remember the shoulders on which you have stood. On behalf of the class of 2019, we are going to acknowledge a few groups to whom we will give thanks. Parents and parent-like figures, we'll start with you. We know we did not always say thank you or even acknowledge all the sacrifices you made for us, but we are sincerely grateful. You have been our support system for not only the past 4 years, but for our entire lives. Thank you for putting our needs before yours. Just to name a few, we thank you for paying for us to go to private school instead of saving for retirement, for supporting us at our sporting events with loud cheers from the crowd, and for staying up late with us while we did our homework. You are the backbone to our accomplishments, and for that, we thank you tremendously. You put in the foundation work for us to be the success stories that we are today and will be in the future. Because you did what you had to do, we got to do what we wanted to do. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Now I can practically hear the grandparents and aunts out there thinking, well, where's my thank you? Don't worry, now is your turn. Thank you to all the aunts, uncles, grandparents, and cousins who have been shoulders to cry on, support systems, and places to confide in when we did not want to talk to our parents. Thank you for all the care packages, the random gifts of money you sent, loving words you offered, and believing in us. You were our voices of reason in tough situations. As we enter a new phase in our lives, we will need you now more than ever. We know that you will continue to be there for us, and for that we are thankful beyond words. Teachers, faculty, and staff, this thanks is for you. You are the ones who have stood in front of us every week for the past 4 years and gave us the information we needed to go out into the world and be our best. Every morning when we walked in, we were greeted with a warm hello, followed by a brief conversation about our personal lives. Knowing that we had a place to go to where we could not only learn, but also feel safe and loved is important to every student. Your hard work, dedication, and commitment to what you do represents the shoulders on which we stand. You make us feel like we are more than just another student. 10 years from now, when we are costing out recipes, we'll think of Chef Bryce's. When we're opening up a new business and trying to determine our break-even points, we'll think of Mo and Dr. Woods. When we walked down the halls before class or even attended a school event, we had the pleasure of seeing President Malik's smiling face asking us how we were doing. Thank you. Students, we should also thank ourselves and each other. Your determination and grit are what brought you to this moment. All those late nights, early mornings, and stressing out about accounting exams has finally paid off. At one point or another, we have relied on classmates and friends to help convince us not to drop out and live our best lives as a Cardi B. We have another long journey ahead of us, and we will need each other for that as well. So, let the marathon continue. Albert Schweitzer once said, "At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person." As we live here today, may we remember the importance of those who have rekindled our flame, even for the little things like an encouraging word. So please, if you do not take anything else from this speech today, remember that you did not get here by yourself. Give thanks to the people who have been your stepping stones to your triumphs. Now please, join us in a round of applause to celebrate all the shoulders we have stood on. Thank you.